Hi folks, Brett here. Merry Christmas. So, you got a gun for Christmas. Now what? Let's talk about it really quick. Keep your finger off the trigger. Do not put your finger on the trigger. Keep that weapon pointed in a safe direction at all times. Even when you're just looking at it and inspecting it, treat it as if it's loaded and ready to fire. Even when you know it's not loaded, treat it like it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger. Do not touch that trigger unless you're ready to fire and destroy what you're pointing at. Do not touch the trigger. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it pointed in a safe direction. When you get ready to handle a gun, drop the magazine. This is a 1911. Check the magazine well. Check the firing chamber. Just make sure it's not loaded when you're going to handle it and mess with it. Always, always, always keep your finger off the trigger. Keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. It's the same with a revolver. Same thing. Still have to check to make sure it's empty. The cylinder's empty. Firing chamber's empty. We always keep our finger off the trigger. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it pointed in a safe direction at all times. Same thing with a rifle. Same thing with a rifle. Keep your finger off the trigger. Drop the magazine out. Pull open and lock it. Check inside the dust cover. Check inside the magazine well. Check inside the firing chamber. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it pointed in a safe direction at all times. Pretty simple stuff. Same thing with a shotgun. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it pointed in a safe direction. Check the plate below. Make sure there's no ammunition loaded. Make sure there's no ammunition in the bottom. Make sure there's no ammunition in the firing chamber. Keep your finger off the trigger. It's super simple, folks. Keep your finger off the trigger. Don't point it at anything you don't want to kill or destroy. You follow those rules and you should be safe. Keep it locked up away from kids when you're not carrying it on your person or hunting with it. Keep it locked up and secured in a way that's safe for you. You don't want tragedies to happen, okay? In another video, we'll talk about storage, we'll talk about transporting, and then we'll talk about some of the ethics that go with owning a firearm. Okay, guys, Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy your new purchase. Don't forget, keep your finger off the trigger. Keep your finger off the trigger. Keep it pointed in a safe direction. Merry Christmas.